Good evening, everyone. Notice is hereby given that a regular meeting of the City Council of the City of Sandy Oaks, Texas, will be held Thursday, May 12th, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. at City Hall, 22870 Priest Road, Sandy Oaks, Texas. The public will be permitted to offer public comments in person, telephonically, or by video as provided by the agenda and as permitted by the presiding officer during the meeting by signing up with City Secretary at least 15 minutes in advance of the meeting if providing comments in person, and at least 2 hours in advance of the meeting by emailing cityclerk@cityofsandyoaks.com or by calling 210-607-0834 if speaking telephonically or by video. Written comments may be submitted to the city secretary up to 2 hours before the meeting by emailing cityclerk@cityofsandyoaks.com and will be provided to the city council for their consideration. A recording of the telephonic meeting will be made and will be available to the public in accordance with the Texas Public Information Act. We are called to order at 6:33. Madam Secretary, may I have a quorum call, please?
Yes, sir. Alderwoman Alvarado,
Here.
Alderman Rapino,
Here.
Alderman Bricken is absent. Mayor Pro Tem Martinez
Present.
and Alderwoman Martinez.
Here.
We have a quorum, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I ask you to stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda item 3, citizens to be heard. Madam Secretary, do we have any?
No, we do not, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Agenda item 4, mayor and administrator announcements and updates. It's my sad duty to announce the resignation of Place 2 Alderman Bricken due to health issues. I hope all citizens of Sandy Oaks will join me in prayer for Alderman Bricken. It's May, and June starts the beginning of hurricane season. Officially starts June 1st, and the experts anticipate in 2022 hurricane season will have above normal activity. Based on water temperatures, wind conditions, and past data, experts predict 19 named tropical storms, 9 of which will be hurricanes, and 4 of which will be major hurricanes. If a hurricane makes landfall on the Texas coast, possible effects for Sandy Oaks may include heavy traffic on Interstate 37, high winds, thunderstorms, and extended rain with the possibility of power failure and store closures. As our community found out during the blizzard of 2021, loss of power also means loss of water. FEMA and the American Red Cross now recommend households should stock 1 gallon of drinking water per person per day for 7 to 10 days. Additionally, they advise another gallon a day per person for cleaning and sanitary purposes such as flushing toilets. Water for cleaning and sanitation is easily obtained by filling a bathtub when an weather event is predicted. We had a mess during the blizzard, and I just want to give everybody a heads up. Don't do without water because it's critical. In another item, the approved TDA grant to repair the drainage ditch on the Lowman Hilltop Peach intersection is still a work in project, still in works. Documents are being prepared by the TDA. They were delivered today and I will sign them tonight. So that is moving forward. Our city engineers developing plans and bid documents for street repairs on New Mathis and Flat River Drive. Surveys will be working on these two streets soon. Please be aware and drive safely. And that takes us to agenda item 5, the financial report. Mrs. Yelton, would you give us the financial report?
Yes, sir. If I can ask, would you like to have the report for all three funds or just the general as normal?
Are we posting all three funds, Matt?
No, sir, I do not usually post. We have not in the past, but I could.
Yeah, if you would read all three,
Yes, sir.
I would appreciate it.
Sure. So from the general fund, which is our main fund, the beginning balance as of April 1st, 2022 was $333,551.97. We had checks and payments of $69,572.78. Deposits and credits of $61,213.70, bringing us an ending balance as of April 30th, 2022 of $325,192.89. In our bond account for the roads, our beginning balance as of April 1st was $664,993.89. We did have an interest deposit of $26.23 with a cleared balance as of April 30th, 2022 of $665,020.12. Our ARPA fund, the beginning balance as of April 1st was $544,664.54. There was a payment made to reimburse the police department for the vehicle of $25,630, which was approved in a previous meeting, leaving us an ending balance as of April 30th, 2022 of $519,034.34.
Need a motion?
Just for clarity, the 25,000 included the purchase of the vehicle and the retrofit of lights. We're still outstanding is the watch guard system, correct? Because
That I'm not sure, only because I went by the amount that was approved in a previous meeting when I was not city secretary. So that's the amount that I went ahead and moved, since that was what the approved amount was.
That was including all the,
was it?
we'll check on.
Yeah, we'll check on it. Okay.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion then to approve the financial report.
Okay, I have a motion from Alderman Rapino and a second from Alderwoman Alvarado to accept the financial report as reported. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's unanimously passed. Agenda item 6 is our consent agenda. All matters listed on the consent agenda are considered routine by the City Council of the City of Sandy Oaks and will be enacted by one motion. There will not be separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, then that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. We have a single item, approve the minutes from the April 28th, 2022 regular City Council meeting.
And Mayor, I did not have time to complete those minutes, but I will have them for the next meeting.
Okay, we will postpone that until our next business meeting. Agenda item 7, Police Department. A is updates and announcements from Chief Lopez with possible discussion and or action. Chief, what do you have for us?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So an update on the the Taurus. We received the watch guard, I believe, last week. And so, and also waiting for them to install the laptop mount. So those 2 installations. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, everything has already been done on the vehicle. Just have to go, once everything's done, just go through one final walkthrough through the vehicle. And then hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so, the vehicle should be done and be put on patrol.
Okay. Graphics were installed and they look good.
Yes, so hopefully, and once the vehicle's ready and done, we'd like to invite everybody out to come look at the new vehicle that the citizens have invested in as well.
Okay. With no other comment, let's go to 7B, presentation of monthly report by Chief Lopez, possible discussion and or action.
Good evening once again. For the San Diego Police Department monthly activity report, looking at your first page for the month of,
It's gonna be their second page.
okay, second page. For April, we didn't have any court for April. So we just moved it on to the next month, I believe is for May, correct?
It may not.
May 9th. So for moving down to traffic stops, we had 67 traffic stops for the month. 98 citations were issued along with 19 warnings as well. We had total service calls 55. Cooper Castillo had 45 reports and I had 10 reports as well. Moving down to, we had 5 people arrested for the month. Moving down, calls for service has a breakdown. So law enforcement assist was 3, assist Bexar County Fire was 2. We had 8 EMS calls as well. Moving down to 1 call for service for abused child, along with 1 business panic call for service. Also 1 alarm medical, 2 alarm residences, 1 call for animal dog, also 1 attempt to locate, 1 call for service. Moving down to 1 civil matter custody visitation, 1 civil matter keep the peace, call for service, 1 call for service, 3 civil matters. On the back, we had 1 criminal trespass, and we also had 1 citation for COV junk vehicles. And we also had a citation for, I believe it was a dog. No, I believe it was a horse for that as well. 2 damaged property reports were taken, 2 disturbance noise, 1 disturbance shots heard, 1 emergency detention, 3 fire structures other, 4 information reports were taken, 1 injured to sick adults, 1 narcotics loss, and 1 reckless driver. Then 1 suspicious call for service, and then 1 call for threats, 1 for unauthorized use of motor vehicle, and 6 welfare checks, and 2 unauthorized burns as well, calls for service.
Okay.
And then if you look at our monthly arrest, the individuals, we had 1, 2, 3 non-residents that were arrested, and 1 resident was arrested, and 1 is currently, we filed at large for evading. So 2 for SAPD traffic warrants, 2 Bexar County warrants for assault, and the last one, the resident was not caught, but paperwork is put in motion to be arrested at a later date.
Chief, the attempt to locate, is that a child or minor?
It could be, sometimes it's attempt to locate, can be various vehicles that are stolen to see if they're in the area. And also, I believe that particular one was attempt to locate for a child custody issue. The mother wanted to know if that child was at a particular residence.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other discussion? Okay, police department. Item C, discuss and or possible action on approval of costs for the encryption of police radios and other features for compliance with the city of San Antonio and or Bexar County's radio system. Would you like to address that to council, sir?
Yes. So when we first got these radios, I believe back in 2019, we got the latest and greatest radios for that reason. So as we move forward, we didn't have to get certain features that we needed to get. So obviously, there needs to be an update with this. This was coming, it's been in the works for a while with Bexar County and SAPD to have this encryption. Obviously, Bexar County and SAPD we have radios that purchase through, not through county, but through our own. So with Burke County, this encryption needs to happen because when July comes around, we're not gonna have that encryption. The reason this encryption is needed is because, as it was put to me, give me a second. The feature will be needed in the event either SAPD or Burke County encryption key is compromised. This will allow the city and county to change the encryption keys over the air. So let's say for some reason an officer loses a radio or something, they're able to go over the air and deactivate it. Obviously, they can't, 6,000 radios, they would have to do all the 6,000 radios, but that specific radio, they can go over there and deactivate it, just in case a radio is compromised. So luckily, we have 4 portables and 1 in-car radio. The cost on that is $1,437.50. So for all 5 radios.
Okay, so basically we need to do this to be compatible with Bear
Yes,
County.
And compliant as well.
Okay,
Colonel Losty, you said that in 2019 you bought them, but they weren't encrypted then? They didn't? need to
Well,
be, or
they were encrypted then,
Mhm.
but they added another feature.
Feature 2 for
Yes.
update.
Yes.
I see, okay.
Do you know how long the mobile, like the vehicle will be down?
It shouldn't take that long. On a day off, it shouldn't take, I have to take it to Harris and they do it. And then we have to take them to Bear County to do their end as well. So we'll encrypt them when the officers are off.
Perfect.
We need a motion.
we need a motion.
Well, I'll move that we approve not more than $1,600 to upgrade our radios through Daily Wells Communication. And-
Okay, I have a motion from Alderman Rupino to upgrade the radios not with the cost not to exceed $1,600. And a second from Mayor Pro Tem Martinez. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, that's unanimous, ma'am. Chief, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council. Thank you very much.
Okay, agenda item 8, animal control. Updates and announcements from Animal Control Advisory Committee Chair Debbie Martinez with possible discussion and or action. Alderwoman Martinez, you have the floor.
Thank you, sir. We had Penny Paws in the park this weekend. We had a pretty light turnout. But they tell me that's expected sometimes. Some weekends are busier than others. I also want to give Dalton a lot of credit. He's gotten the number of animals down and out of the shelter. He's done a very good job. That's all I've got.
Okay, thank you, Alderwoman Martinez. Agenda item 8B, presentation of Animal Control Officer Monthly Report by Officer Ellis with possible discussion and or action. You have the floor.
Everyone, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with the intake detail report for the month of April. The month of April, we took in a total of 15 dogs. 9 of those being puppies under 3 months. Quite a big intake for the month of April. For the outcome summary, dogs that left our facility, a number of 15. So we got rid of as many as we brought in. 2 of those being returned to owners, 1 of those a horse, 1 of those a dog, and then rest of them are going to be transferred out. So they all went to rescue. Leaving us with a animal inventory currently as of today of 8 dogs here in our facility. 6 of those dogs are guaranteed for a at latest the 27th leave date for rescues. So that leaves us with 2 dogs that we need to be placed.
Okay,
Those 2 that that have been lingering.
Yes.
Are there any behavioral issues that are preventing them from moving?
No behavioral issues. They're actually spayed, they're vetted, they're ready to go. Mainly, they're a little bit older dogs. One of them, I believe, is 6, or a little bit older, and the other one is probably around 4 to 5. But no behavioral issues. I do have a foster for one of them. Hopefully that goes through. It's not guaranteed yet, but it looks pretty promising.
Are those two on the website for adoption?
They are.
Okay, well, good job on the puppies, sir. Yeah, it was a bit crowded.
It was.
Okay, thank you very much, Officer Ellis. Agenda item 9, Public Works. Okay, agenda item 9A, discuss and or possible action on cost of construction to City Hall lobby, Police Department hallway, and Judge's conference room doorway. It's not actually construction, it's rehabilitation. We need to touch up some walls that were damaged and replaced. We need to finish that up and paint them. I'm looking at 9A. It looks like paint, brushes, some molding,
Wood, screws.
yeah, just the usual stuff that I see a whole lot of different prices here. We don't have a total of,
Yeah.
There's a total in the bottom,
For the page.
Okay.
579.
That's 7930 is.
Well,
for the lobby.
that's
For the
for,
lobby.
that's for the lobby, and this is for the police department offices.
Each one is
And
separate.
this is for the
Judge.
judge's door frame conference room.
So there's no total for all.
Yep. So, well, let's just take them one at a time then.
Total $759.21.
Say that again, ma'am. You spoke real fast.
The total for all three
Yep.
ends up coming out to be $759.21.
759.21. Okay,
So I'll make a motion that we approve $800, not more than $800 to complete the repairs to the administration of the building. The lobby, the police department, and the judge's doorway, conference room doorway.
okay, then I have a motion to approve the materials to repair and the lobby, police department, in hallway, judge's conference room, doorway, not to exceed $800.
I'll second.
I have a second from Alderwoman Martinez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that passes unanimously. Agenda item 9B, discuss and or possible action on quote received from Rushmore Plumbing for the purchase and installation of 2 sinks for the park restrooms.
That worries me.
I'm looking at a quote for $1,226. That includes labor, 2 American Standard China faucets, 2 plates for concealed arms for wall hung lavatories, 2 commercial single handle lavatory faucets by Compass. Open for discussion.
But that's the park restrooms and we need plates for concealed arms. Explain.
I
But,
think
but
the concealed arms, it's where you can hang the actual seat.
yeah, it's hardware to hang the sink with.
The concealed part threw me off.
Okay,
Well-
I've never heard them described that way.
Well, you can either have a concealed hanger, which just supports the back of it, or concealed arms, which supports it. Or you can put legs under it,
Mhm.
but then they kick the legs
Take-
away. So this is a somewhat better method than what we have existing.
And I believe they want to do it this way, so it's ADA accessible.
Yes,
Mhm.
and we have,
Yeah, you can't get a
we've
wheelchair.
upgraded some security features at the park, so
That's good.
Hopefully it won't get,
hopefully we will
Mhm.
capture the little bandits or vandals next time. May I have a motion?
okay, I will move that we expend or we approve the expenditure of not more than $1,300 to have the laboratories repaired, the sinks repaired in both of the bathrooms in the park.
Okay,
Rushmore Plumbing LLC.
can I recommend a motion to you, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Move to approve the quote from Rushmore Plumbing not to exceed $1,250.
That's what I said.
So is it
That's
13
what
or
you were
12?
thinking.
The first motion was 1,300.
Ma'am,
The first motion was 1,300.
Yeah, 1,300. Yeah.
okay,
Not more than 1,300.
okay, then I have a motion from Alderman Rapino to approve the quote from Rushmore Plumbing not to exceed $1,300. May I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Alderwoman Alvarado. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously. And agenda item 9C, discuss and or possible action on quote received from Bill's Tractor and Equipment for the purchase of a 72-inch zero-turn mower. I'd like to address this and we may ask our Public Works representative to further explain. We currently have a 60-inch zero-turn mower. But basically it's a consumer model. It's not a commercial piece of equipment. We use the zero-turn much more than any other piece of mowing equipment. So although we have a good piece of equipment, it just doesn't hold up to what we're doing. The replacement will become our primary mower, and the existing will be utilized as a backup mower when this needs to go in for service. During some parts of the year, we mow almost every day. So I do think it's necessary, and I would recommend that we go with the commercial piece of equipment rather than consumer equipment.
Does this include a trailer or does it need a trailer?
We have trailers.
We have trailers.
Did I cover that, ma'am?
Measured it already. We're covered.
Okay. Uh,
Are we buying this outright or are we gonna finance it? As I noticed there are terms down here.
well, I'm going to make the recommendation that we would authorize this purchase from the ARPA funds and pay outright.
I think it's a good idea.
Mayor, I'll have to disagree with ARPA funds.
Okay,
Reason being is during the last year's budget, in conversation with our Public Works,
Yep.
it was discussed that they were asked for a wish list of items that they wanted. And there is currently a surplus in their budget, mostly in the Park and City ground projects.
what kind of surplus do we have?
Right now, we're basically $41,000 surplus.
Oh,
So I would recommend we not use ARPA funds and use the budget that was allowed for it.
Y'all have a copy of the budget.
And there is a copy of the budget in the documentation.
So, but you're still saying we buy it outright?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
yeah,
just
I
not
agree with
utilize
that,
ARPA.
yeah.
yeah,
And y'all have a copy of my budget.
So Priscilla worked with me
So,
on this pretty heavily. And yeah, once we saw that, I was a bit skeptical at first
Okay.
to talk through it, but
I do have a question because I was there. I'm looking at this quote and I see one new
Mhm.
2022 Gravely ProTurn 272 with a 31 horsepower Kawasaki, and that's a good machine. But it says out of stock ETA October.
Correct. So I've been working with a couple of dealers.
Okay.
There are 5 in the state. We will have some shipping potentially, but we can get one sooner than October. By the end of the month, potentially, if everything works accordingly, but there are 5 in the state and we could go get it if we have to.
but we know that for sure.
Yeah, that's not from Bill's, that's from another Hustler dealer in Uvalde.
Cool. That's a trip.
So we have an invoice from Bill's, but we may get it from someone else.
Correct.
Okay. Would they match this price? I see this is discounted considerably.
Yeah, that's still up in the air because we're trying to lock down the actual tractor.
But I think we need to figure this all out
Well-
before we,
Yeah.
The 15088 is MSRP, so we could work through an NTE of not to exceed 15. And anything less is a savings.
Okay, if we can't do it, we can bring it back to the table.
Sure.
Would you like care to make a motion, sir?
I could. No, because we're tax exempt. Yeah. So I would make a motion to approve the purchase of a new zero turn not to exceed 15,088. The vendor is still pending, but this would authorize us to begin procuring the item.
Okay,
okay, I'll second it.
okay, the motion is to purchase a new 2022 Gravely ProTurn 272 with 31 horsepower Kawasaki engine not to exceed $15,000. Who seconded?
I did.
Mayor Pro Tem Martinez made the motion. Alderman Rapino seconded. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Okay, that passes unanimously. I will recommend you and Miss Priscilla proceed, sir.
We will.
Thank you.
Okay, agenda item 9D, discuss and/or possible action on quote received for the purchase of a wood chipper. This is pretty much normal for cities to have wood chippers. We have a lot of brush that gets gathered. In the past, it's all gone to the park. We get a big old pile of it. Try to get the fire department out here to monitor a burn. And we would like to eliminate that as much as possible.
So what would we use it for then, Charles? Just to create mulch or?
To create mulch, that's correct.
Mhm.
When we don't throw brush into the dumpsters because it's just,
Yeah, I wouldn't.
it's just a waste. This will allow us to generate mulch. We can use in municipal garden beds. We can pull a San Antonio and sell it to citizens by the pound or the bag. If we get enough, we can just give it
Give
away.
it, yeah, I'd give it to them.
That's what
Yeah.
the,
So this machine is on DOT rated tires, which means we put a slow moving vehicle emblem on it and we can move it anywhere in the city that we need to utilize it. It has a discharge chute that's adjustable for angles and direction. So that if Public Works ever cleans out their truck bed, they can shoot it right into their truck. So, yeah, that's the consideration. And
now, earlier we talked about the zero turn not being commercial, and that's why we need to upgrade to a commercial one.
Yeah.
Is this gonna be the
That-
case here?
yes, this is a commercial grade
Okay.
piece of equipment.
Does it come
It
with
is?
training
With what, sir?
to operate it?
It will come with an instruction manual, and I will make sure that Public Works receives the instruction manual and reviews all of the standard.
Does this include a warranty or repair service or anything like that?
I thought it was a 2-year,
Should have,
I think it has a 2-year warranty.
Okay.
But we don't know for sure.
No, for sure it has a warranty, just the length of
Yeah,
time.
I knew it probably comes
At least.
with
It has a warranty and then you also have. if you wanted to
Option to
maybe
buy.
warranty on
That's what I
it.
was gonna say, there's an option.
It should, it should be on there, but it may not be.
It's probably on the second page.
Yeah, it's probably on the page we didn't get.
For 3 years, it's $349.
it's got a service contract.
But the extended warranty is how much?
$349.
Like a
For 3
protection
years.
plan.
So I
For
think
extra
it's
protection.
probably worthwhile to buy it
Yeah,
because
I would
these things,
As much as we're gonna use it.
And Grace, to answer your question about commercial grade,
Mhm.
this is as big as we could get, considering if you get a true commercial grade, it starts like
Yeah.
$10,000. So
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
figuring, but I'm saying we're gonna spend almost, what, 3,000,
Yeah.
you know? So I mean, hopefully, you know, with
Yeah,
the
this-
warranty, we can keep it going.
They're actually $20,000 or $30,000.
yeah, and this is a 6-inch, so yeah, it's about as big as we want
We want.
2 people to be handling in the park and things like that.
Right,
Unless
makes
you're a
sense.
commercial, business, then yeah, you'd probably want something bigger, but
Huge, yeah,
And it's strictly for city
makes
use.
sense.
correct.
and this is from Home Depot.
Yes, sir.
So the total would be 2779 plus the
It'd be like-
349.
300 and
$3,128.97.
So 3,200.
Yeah, 33, 30, 32, 30, something like that. More than,
Okay,
So I'll make a motion for a NTE of $3,200 to approve the wood chipper purchase.
I think, 3,200,
This is what you said, right? 31.
128,
Yeah, so 32.
32.
okay, would you restate your motion, sir?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to approve the purchase of the DK wood chipper with an NTE of $3,200.
Okay, I have a motion to approve the purchase of the 6-inch wood chipper not to exceed $3,200. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Mayor Pro Tem Martinez made a motion to purchase wood chipper not to exceed $3,200. Alderwoman Martinez seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously. Okay. Parks and Recreation Department, updates and announcements from Park Advisory Committee Chair Tom Rapino with possible discussion and or action. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, first I'd like to say we are going to have a meeting next Tuesday. Today I went and purchased some topsoil for the butterfly garden that we'll get around to sooner or later and start planting. I visited the crew that is starting to work on the exercise facility that we're putting adjacent to the community center. They were digging digging the holes that they're going to put the exercise equipment in. Right now, there's a little holdup because of parts, but I believe the equipment shipped finally. I think that's what I gleaned from the email that the gentleman that is.
My understanding is it shipped yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, and I met the gentleman's brother who was working on the site, and I believe you've ordered the crushed granite, right?
Yep.
Charles? So that should be delivered soon. So we should have an exercise site that I believe has 9 stations that people can come and then exercise in the park, right next to the community center. So that's about all I have to speak of right now.
Okay. Okay, then, agenda item 11, administration new business. Discuss and or possible action regarding Alderman Bricken's letter of resignation. Alderman Bricken last Monday called me and verbally told me he was going to resign. And then he emailed his resignation on May 4th. With no action, it becomes effective today, but I would recommend that we do accept his resignation. If I could have a motion.
I'll move that we accept Alderman Gary Bricken's resignation with regret.
I have a motion to accept Alderman Bricken's resignation with the regrets. May I have a second?
Second.
Alderwoman Alvarado seconds the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The resignation is accepted. Agenda item 11B, discuss and or possible action on procedures for filling the position of Alderman Place 2 and or adopting a resolution 22-152 to fill the position of Alderman Place 2 by appointment until the next regular municipal election. I believe we are all becoming way too familiar with the state laws and procedures on appointments and elections. Even calling a special election, it would be November before it takes place. I highly recommend that we fill the vacancy by appointment. So I think number one, we need a motion on election or appointment.
I'll make a motion to have an appointment to fill the number 2 Alderman place.
I'll second.
Okay, Mayor Pro Tem Martinez moves that we fill the vacancy by appointment, seconded by Alderman Rapino. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that passes unanimously. Then we need to take a look at the resolution. This would be the method of appointment. And since we are appointing, I would accept nominations at this time.
I'd like to make a nomination, Mr. Terry Kaffendaffer to be appointed as the Alderman Place 2.
Okay, Mayor Pro Tem Martinez moves that Terry Coffindaffer be appointed to fill the vacancy in Alderman Place 2 position. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Alderwoman Alvarado seconds the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Mr. Coffindaffer. You are
On the hook.
on the hook. And we now need to administer the oath of office. Okay,
First, Mayor, it's the statement of officer, the anti-bribery statement.
yes, ma'am. I hope we have a copy.
Catherine.
I
think
have
it's
not
just filling in.
changed names of what you sent me because I was rushed.
I just did it. If you want me to email it.
You can email, I'll go print it. You did all of the names and.
I haven't filled in the blanks yet.
The last part of his name is it D-O-F?
not-
D-A-S-S-E-R.
Is it Dafford?
Dash Rossi. With F on it.
But it shows that before you chose.
It's K-A-F-F-E-N or phonetically. Strange name. Yeah.
Since it was blank, we moved it. So we don't have to do anything with the resolution. Okay.
I think we have to fill it in. It has to be filled in. He has to sign that.
Okay.
That's the resolution, yeah.
Okay, we will be.
We spent a lot of money doing it.
So are we appointing someone to the planning and zoning? Do we have to redo that again?
Yep, we'll do that next time.
Like do it again? He was appointed to the.
Oh, yeah,
planning and
we're gonna have
zoning,
to do
so we're gonna
that.
have
Yeah, I
to do
knew. I thought about that too. Oh, people dropping like flies.
We're just doing a shuffle.
And then we do it in
There's
November.
so many people
The
participating.
big show. I'm gonna have to get some younger people.
But
These
that's
old
okay,
people,
it's
they
like-
can't, they can't handle it.
They want to clone you.
Yep, sign you. Right, your way.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll have to just up my own house.
We on recess or we still on?
We're still gonna be.
Oh, okay. Mayor, the resolution though didn't get passed though, right? It was just the appointment.
Ma'am?
The resolution hasn't been passed yet. It's just the appointment.
Correct.
Yes, we haven't
I thought
passed it.
we passed that when we chose the resolution, but Let's go ahead and do that.
That's what y'all have
Do that
done
right
in the
now.
past. It's been the resolution, so.
Ma'am,
I think y'all have done that in the past where the appointment was made and then the resolution was passed prior to you.
Prior to the oath.
I'm
Can I get the sign with your statement?
Yeah, there you go. We'll put you right down here.
okay.
I need it in blue, sorry.
Uh,
The original. This is your statement of officer. Today is 5/12. Okay.
Okay, prior to
Did you, before swearing him in? Okay.
Prior to swearing in, Mr. Coffin-Dapper,
Yeah.
I would entertain a motion to adopt resolution number 2022-152, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Sandy Oaks, Texas, filling a vacancy on the City Council for Alderman Place 2, unexpired term by appointment until the next regular municipal election. Going right down to section 2, appointment of Alderman Place 2, City Council appoints Terry Coffin-Dapper to fill the office of Alderman Place 2, unexpired term until the next regular municipal election. I would entertain a motion.
I'll move that we pass resolution number 2022-152, appointing Alderman Place 2 in Mr. Terry Coffin-Dapper. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay, I have a motion to adopt resolution number 2022-152. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Alderwoman Martinez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's unanimous, ma'am. So now let's do the shuffle. I'm gonna sit at the end next time.
I'm not sitting in the middle.
Okay,
Sign it after he swears.
Okay. Raise your right hand, please, sir. Repeat after me.
So it's visible.
On the camera. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, oath of office, repeat after me, please. I, Terry Coffin-Dapper,
I, Terry Coffin-Dapper,
do solemnly swear that I will faithfully
do solemnly swear that I will faithfully
execute the duties of the office
execute the duties of the office
of Alderman Place 2 for the city of Sandy Oaks
of Alderman Place 2 for the city of Sandy Oaks
and of the state of Texas,
and of the state of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution
and laws of the United States and of this state.
and laws of the United States and of this state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, sir. I only am, sir. Okay.
Got to take a seat at the table now.
No, we had a chair. At the end somewhere.
Over there.
Yeah, you can sit up there.
All
right.
man.
That's nice.
Mr. Coffin-Dapper, if you would join us at the table, sir.
And I think you have a meeting packet you can pass off to him, an extra.
Here's all your paperwork, sir.
I guess we got to.
Don't take my pen.
taking everybody else's fence. And that passes. Okay. Agenda item 11. D, discuss and or possible action on appointing an alderman to fill the vacant chair for the Citizen Complaint Review Board that was left vacant due to Alderman Bricken's resignation. I have discussed this with Alderwoman Alvarado. She is willing to serve on the CCRB. She be an asset to the community because she's bilingual and is a representative of the community. So that would be my recommendation, but the matter's entirely up to council and open to discussion.
I think she would bridge that gap. So I'd like to, if she doesn't mind, I'd like to make a motion that we accept her as the replacement for Mr. Bricken to the Citizen Complaint Review Board.
That we don't accept, sir, we appoint.
Appoint.
Okay. Mayor Pro Tem Martinez has made a motion to appoint Alderwoman Alvarado to chair the Citizen Complaint Review Board. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Oh, we got seconds and third. Alderwoman Martinez seconds the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion passes. Oh, boy. So one more time. Next new business, new item on the new business is discuss and or possible action on filling the vacant chair on the Animal Shelter Advisory Committee. This was also a committee that Alderman Bricken was chairing. I have no recommendations. I kind of wishing someone would step up and say, pick me. Ooh,
I'll volunteer for
okay.
it. I'll take it.
Alderman Coffendapper has stepped forward and volunteered. May I have a motion to appoint?
I will make a motion to appoint Alderman Coffendaffer to the Animal Shelter Advisory Committee.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Martinez to appoint Alderman Coffendaffer to chair the Animal Shelter Advisory Committee, seconded by Alderman Rapino. You don't have to vote for yourself. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Can I do that one?
You can.
Okay, sir. You are now chairing the Animal Shelter Advisory Committee. And we'll discuss that a little later.
Thank you.
Okay. Last item of new business, discuss and or possible action on proposed amendment to Waste Connections contract to include dumpsters. We have responded to citizens' issues and requests and have worked with Waste Connections to possibly provide residential dumpsters to the citizens of Sandy Oaks. Has everybody read it? Basically, what this comes down to is this amendment allows Waste Connections to supply and service residential dumpsters in the city of Sandy Oaks. Residents need to notify the city that they desire a residential dumpster. We will contact Waste Connections, and within 30 days, they'll come out and review the location. Dumpsters will not be allowed in the right of way. They have to be on the person's property. It has to be accessible to the heavy duty trucks, and they will not back their truck out of a driveway onto the street. So there has to be room for them to turn around on the property. They will make some modifications in the case of handicapped citizens. So if anybody want to discuss, review, or make comments,
So it's still at the discretion of Waste Connections, correct?
it is at the discretion of Waste Connections. They have a fairly
Stringent.
stringent, good term,
Mhm.
set of acceptable conditions. They will be servicing on weekdays rather than showing up at 6:30 on Saturday morning to make the noise. So if there's no further discussion, I would entertain a motion.
Mayor, I just have a question on the pricing. There it says pricing is found in Exhibit A of this agreement. Did they provide pricing, or I don't remember? if that's
On the original,
Okay.
yes, ma'am, they did. It's part of the original contract.
So do we need that to vote on it?
No,
Really.
we accepted the contract with the prices that they,
How can we accept the contract if we don't know the prices?
no, we have already
Okay.
accepted. This is an amendment to an existing contract. The prices are fixed by the original contract.
Yeah, there's dumpster pricing.
Mhm.
So I can't, but I mean, but what I'm saying is, how can we accept this if we don't know the dumpster pricing?
Well, we don't have to know the pricing.
We already
The
do.
price is fixed in the contract. Or you can choose whether you're going to meet that price or not. This is a
I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is, how do I accept this for the citizens if they could be gouging, right? I mean, I don't know, because I don't have the amendment here to look at. Right? I don't have the pricing.
doesn't matter, sir. It's on an approved contract. We can't go
That-
back and
that
say
we're
you're
amending.
gouging now.
That we're amending.
We're not amending the price.
We're not.
So
we're
How
not-
do we know that? It's not here.
Well,
The
the exhibit
price
A
was-
is the exhibit A regardless,
Right.
because
the
we're not
price was
changing the
already
exhibit A.
approved.
Right, but I don't, but what I'm saying is I don't have that to say that they haven't
Right.
changed it. So,
Or you've never seen it.
right.
Okay.
It was
It
was on.
already approved.
it was on the contract that we approved a few months ago.
So I
Right.
believe the council
Okay.
already.
The original
approved it.
Waste Connections contract.
Yes, the
Right.
prices are not changing.
So
For trash services, but
Mhm.
was dumpster services included? in
It
that?
was included in
Okay.
the original contract.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Mhm.
okay.
So if there are no further discussion, or if there is no further discussion, I move that we accept the First Amendment to the exclusive franchise agreement with Waste Connections.
Okay. With an effective date, sir?
It was an effective date of May 12th. I don't want to make it May 13th because it's Friday.
Okay. And there's no other fill in the blanks. So Alderman Rapino makes a motion to accept the First Amendment to the exclusive franchise agreement with Waste Connections effective May 12th, 2022. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Alderwoman Alvarado seconds the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously. And I would entertain a motion to adjourn at this time.
I move that we adjourn at 7:36 PM.
Second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We stand adjourned at 7:36 PM.